All right, everybody, it's that time of year again. Earlier this week, the Game Award nominees came out, and here we are to vote on them, all of us together. We'll be each having our own votes, but on the screen here, if you're watching this, you'll be able to see what we're talking about pulled up and the things that I choose to vote for. But we'll discuss them. We're going to be starting with the most anticipated game. We'll also be making predictions, talking about what we think got snubbed, yada yada. We're going to start with most anticipated and work our way up to Game of the Year. We've already, we voted for random categories in esports because we don't care. But also, I think we all voted for. Well, no, I know me and Brooksy, we voted for Moist Critical in content creators because he voices Sonar in Dispatch, and I think Nick voted for the Burnt Peanut.
No, I voted for Moist Critical.
Oh,
For Moist Boy.
so we all
Nice.
did that because he voiced Sonar in Dispatch, and we thought he did a really good
Yes.
job. So,
Yep.
we voiced it. So we are starting with most anticipated game. This is the award for the game that's coming out tentatively next year that you are looking forward to the most. Nick, would you like to read the nominees?
Yes. For most anticipated game, we have 007 First Light from IO Interactive, Grand Theft Auto 6 from Rockstar Games, Marvel's Wolverine from Insomniac Games and Sony Interactive Entertainment, Resident Evil Requiem from Capcom, and The Witcher 4 from CD Projekt Red.
So, prediction first. Who is going to win this category, do you think? I mean,
I would like to start by saying objectively and biasly,
At
I, I
least you're honest.
because it's been what now going on 13 years since Grand Theft Auto 5.
I
I
mean,
personally think
yeah.
that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to win,
This
but
is the
I
most
would be
overhyped game in video game history. Is there any chance it doesn't win this category, honestly?
I
Like,
I
honestly
don't think
think
so.
I actually think it
I
has a chance of losing. And
you
the
know, I think that if Grand Theft Auto 6 doesn't take it home, The Witcher 4 is going to take it home.
no, I think it would
mm,
be Wolverine if it's not
yeah,
GTA. It's definitely Wolverine. As much as there is to be said about The Witcher and Resident Evil, and I would say GTA 6 and Wolverine have the highest chances just based off of I have my ear to the ground quite a lot when it comes to the gaming industry. I hear a lot of opinions both from the community and from the professionals. And so I think there's a lot to be said about the opinions of those other three games being mixed so far. And
mhm,
them also like Resident Evil and The Witcher also are kind of like a departure from where they started now, whereas Marvel's like Insomniac consistently knocks it out of the park with their games. You know, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, both the Spider-Mans. I think they have a really good track record. I
yeah,
think
Yeah.
out of every developer on this list, they probably have the most pristine track record, quite frankly.
yeah,
The most clean one. So I see where Brooksy's coming from. I do think that Wolverine
yeah.
stands a strong fighting chance in
It's
this
well,
category.
it's not only that, it's also what you mentioned before we started recording, Justin. It's also the fact that GTA has technically already won this once.
Yeah.
And I think that because they've already received their flowers, it's time for someone else to receive their flowers in this. And
Yeah, that makes
as much as
sense.
I hope it's who I'm voting for, I do think that Marvel's Wolverine, with the hype that's been circulating around this, finally getting a release date and a full trailer and everything else, and no changes, no offense to Rockstar or anything like that, no changes in release date or anything like that. I really think Marvel's Wolverine may actually win this, and I think it'll kickstart the night with a surprise upset.
Okay.
But
Yes.
for me,
So,
for me personally, oh, go ahead.
oh no, that's where I was gonna go with it now. I was gonna say my prediction, though, as much as I hate to admit it, there's a pretty goddamn high chance of it being Grand Theft Auto 6. That's my prediction, but my vote is going to Wolverine.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little different. My prediction is actually gonna be Marvel's Wolverine because of everything around GTA. You also have to think there's been some deflated excitement about this game between the multiple changes in release date on top of Rockstar laying off
Yeah.
200 people because they were trying to unionize. There's not a lot of good backing Rockstar. They're starting to lose some steam. My prediction is actually for Marvel's Wolverine, but my vote is going to be going to The Witcher 4. I cannot express to you how excited I am for this game, how much I love Ciri's character, and just man, this is the moment this game comes out or the release date comes out. I'm requesting a week off from work. I'm gonna be gone to the world the moment this game comes out.
And Nick, where are you planting your flag?
GTA 6.
On both
Yeah,
accounts? On both prediction and vote, I mean.
GTA 6 is my vote, but my prediction is going for Marvel's Wolverine.
Fair enough. All right.
okay.
Next category is best adaptation, and our options are the Minecraft movie, the Devil May Cry anime, the Splinter Cell Deathwatch animated show, The Last of Us Season 2 live action adaptation, and the based on the game but not quite an adaptation movie Until Dawn. um, yeah, I don't quite fully understand what Until Dawn is doing here, but I get it. I guess I mean, you have to fill so many spots, and there really weren't a lot of adaptations this year. That being said, if it was my choice, I would have replaced that with season 2 of Twisted Metal. Quite frankly,
Yeah, that's
which
fair.
which is actually a 1-to-1 adaptation of the games for the most part. Like season 2 is where the actual car combat shit tournament takes place. You know, like more so, like season
Yeah,
1 was nominated, so how the fuck was season 2 not? Like,
yeah,
you know, um, yeah. So I don't
yeah.
know.
For me, I mean, so prediction wise, I really think a Minecraft movie is going to take
Yes,
best adaptation.
you
Um,
100%. I'm on you. I'm with you on
Yeah.
that. That movie,
yeah,
everyone thought it was gonna be really stupid, and then it fucking blew up. So
I mean, it. Don't get me
Fucking
wrong.
chicken jockey.
I watched half of it. It is quite possibly one of the most brain rotted movies I've ever witnessed.
Yes.
But there was so much excitement and there's so much love for it. And yes, there is chicken jockey. Dear God, there's chicken jockey. Um,
And
I
then
think
Steve's
that's what
lava
takes
chicken.
it.
Can't forget that.
Yeah,
I.
like that's
Mm,
it takes it. For me personally, my vote, I'm going Devil May Cry, man. That season ripped. It was so good, and the music was great. And I'm sorry, if you're gonna make your title track song, mother effing Limp Biscuit, you got my vote no matter what.
fair,
I
fair. I'm glad
no,
you liked it
I
because
loved it.
I don't think it's going because apparently a lot of people were a bit disappointed in it for some reason. I don't really,
Loved it. It was
you
so
know.
much fun.
I'm gonna
Let's
check it
say
It
out.
doesn't.
Deacon gave it a review
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I
he
did.
in
liked
the
it.
episode
Didn't
he
we?
was.
We
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna say I never reviewed it. Yes, yeah, we had a guest that reviewed it.
Yeah,
But yeah, I loved it. But yeah, my vote's for Devil May, but my prediction is a Minecraft movie.
I'm gonna have to give my vote to The Last of Us season 2 because I'm not giving it to Until Dawn, and I haven't seen the other things. But I I'm giving it to
Yeah.
it begrudgingly because that season was a tad disappointing for reasons I already
Yeah.
said in my review many episodes ago.
Yeah.
So I won't get into it again here, but I think you and I were on the same page with that one.
Yes,
Because
I did finally finish it, but I never brought it up because it was
was I
not my
right?
favorite. You were right. Yeah,
I
no,
was
that's
right. Okay.
yeah, you were right. I had
They
no
de-
I
they
had no
defanged
comments on
Ellie.
your.
Yeah,
They
they
did.
defanged her.
Yeah.
And then like that one part, that like little side quest on the island in the last episode, like, well, there's a reason they cut that out of the game because it added nothing. Like, it was just a waste of time. So why you chose to put that back into show just to pad the runtime is beyond me. But yeah. So, but out of everything here, though, I don't. I don't know. The Minecraft movie is definitely going to win it because it definitely got a lot of. I know almost nothing about the Splinter Cell show, so I can't really go with that. But I did enjoy. The thing is, I am still excited for the next season because that's going to be the one that focuses entirely on Abby, and what parts of her we did get in season 2 were really good. So
Yeah, I'm excited
uh,
for Abby's story. That's gonna be awesome.
so I predict Minecraft movie. I vote The Last of Us. Nick.
I'm predicting a Minecraft movie. Voting Until Dawn.
We knew you were going to vote Until Dawn.
Say it ain't so, bro.
I can't.
If I was going to predict who was going to vote for what, I would have predicted he would have voted for that. Honestly, like
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. There's no question of that. It's kind of like GTA. Like
nope, we're not going to judge you for it. You enjoyed that
no,
movie, and that's
I
valid.
really
not at all.
did.
Like, dude, like that's the cool
Like,
thing
it
about
fits
art
in the
is art is
universe.
subjective. Art is
Yeah,
100% subjective. It's what matters to you, not to everyone else.
exactly.
It matters to you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still think it should have been Twisted Metal, but
I know. There's our first snub. There's our first snub.
Yeah. Did we have a snub in the anticipated, by the way, before I
Um,
forget? Brick, you said you had a big one next year that
Yeah.
wasn't on there.
Well, and it hasn't had an official release date, but we have had a full trailer. It's Intergalactic, the Heretic Project. I personally would have preferred to see that over 007. That is also just a very biased opinion. I've never been a big 007 person outside of like GoldenEye on the 64. Like even the movies I've never been a big fan of. And also with IO's only IP being
Mind's
not,
Eye.
oh, cool. My big concern with 007, even though there has been positive reception on it, is IO's only other IP has been Mind's Eye. And we all know how not fantastic that game was this year. It was 2025's Lord of the Rings Gollum. So I would have preferred to see Intergalactic, even though there's not an official release date. We did get a full trailer and announcement.
So the next category is Best Multiplayer Game, and the nominees were Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction. Now, my vote is going to go to Split Fiction, because I had a blast with that with you, Brooksy, and that was like...
Yeah, that was awesome.
Like, there are definitely... I mean, there might be some, semantic arguments to be had about, well, is there a difference between co-op and multiplayer? Bitch, there's already 40 categories in this show.
There's more than one. There is more than one person playing. That is multiplayer. That is
exactly.
That's the line.
That being said, I feel like horror games get shafted so much in this. I would love there to be a best horror game category. Like, there's at least 5 horror games every year. There's no reason for them to not do a best horror game category. They keep getting thrown in, like, narrative and action game and audio design. Audio design, by default, horror games should always win that category, frankly.
Yeah.
Either that or they just... James and Chelsea just need to add another category to the horror awards. Or best horror
to the Dead
video
Meat Horror
game.
Awards for video games. Yeah. Now that Zoran's doing video game kill counts, maybe.
Right?
But anyways, my prediction for this category though is definitely Arc Raiders. I've been literally every podcast I listen to will not shut up about this game lately. Distractable, the PlayStation podcast, What Culture Gaming, they all have stories about it. The way it sounds, it's not the kind of thing that would appeal to me specifically, but I get it. I get the appeal. It seems to be very freedom it's because it's basically an extraction shooter where you're running around this world like finding loot and trying to take it back so you can like have it for your upgrades and stuff. But like there's also other players running around in the world, kind of like Fortnite style, like Battle Royale style, and you can like team up with people or you can go on your own. And it's like, and like players will, it's kind of like Rust meets Fortnite meets whatever extraction shooter is flavor of the day this month. And they have apparently, like, I was listening to someone tell a story of how like he carries around a defibrillator. He goes solo, carries around a defibrillator in case other players try to screw him over. He'll win the fight with them, and when they're downed, instead of finishing them off, he'll bring them back to life so that they know he has that power over them. It's like and he's like, that way if they screw with me again, then I will kill them and take their shit. It's like, oh, okay. And I just hear these stories. I hear stories of people being like, hey, people trying to trick people into raiding other people, coming up to them and be like, hey, those guys over there told me they were cool, but they're not. They'll take all your shit if like, let's go get them together. And really, it's just one guy trying to turn in different teams against each other so they kill each other and then he takes all their shit. Like, that's the kind of thing it is. So 100% this game is winning best multiplayer. Like, I have zero doubts about that whatsoever. But again, my vote is going to Split Fiction. It's also the kind of game where people will camp at the extraction point so they can kill you right as you're trying to get out. That kind of horse shit. But there is, apparently you have a safe pocket where you can keep at least one item that you found and it'll carry over that like can't be looted from you if you die. So it's not like you lose everything. So
my vote and prediction is going to Split Fiction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I I think this may be one of the few times I think. Well, I'm torn. Really honestly, my prediction is different than my vote. I am going to be voting for Split Fiction. I absolutely love that game. Absolutely love that game. Loved it even more playing with you, Justin. Like, it just like reinvigorated why I thought this game was so awesome. But because of the like borderline cult following, there's really honestly this category kind of goes any way, with the exception of, and this kills me to say, Elden Ring Night Rain, I think is the one that will absolutely not win. There's definitely a great argument for Battlefield 6. There's been a huge surge of excitement and popularity with Arc Raiders that I think has a genuine shot at this. But I honestly think Peak is going to be my prediction for this category.
Really?
I really do think so. Aggro Crab is an incredible group. They're actually the same people that did Another Crab's Treasure last year. But this.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But this game has such a constant, loving fan base. They're continuously doing new updates. They've brought it up in what is it? In Summer Game Fest, and the event that was after that was in Europe. The name is escaping me. Gamescom. Thank you so much. It's been a constant talking point, and relativity is something that's super important for TGA. Like, when something kind of falls off and dies off, like it has less of a chance. And Split Fiction was so well received and so well talked about in March and in April and May, but there hasn't really been a whole lot of discussions about Split Fiction since then. Peak's been really consistent.
It's already getting an adaptation.
The Split Fiction is?
Yeah.
Oh, is it really? That's awesome. I didn't know that.
With Sydney Sweeney already cast.
We talked about this. I just want to say, for research purposes, I listened to our mid-year review episode again before we did this, and we talked about that back then. We did.
Oh, okay, cool.
Split Fiction getting an adaptation, like all the way back in July.
Well, seeing how Sweeney loves to play Yahtzee, I I don't know if I'm gonna be super thrilled about that. But regardless, my personal vote is gonna go to Split Fiction, but I really think that Peak has a genuine shot, and that is who I'm predicting to win this.
All
Okay.
right. Brooksy, you want to take best sports racing?
Sure, I don't have a whole lot of a dog in this one, but let's go for it. Our options are EA Sports FC 26, formerly known as FIFA, F1 25, Mario Kart World Rematch, and Sonic Racing Crossworlds.
Look, we're
For
not going to spend a lot of time on this one because
no,
EA Sports, but
yeah,
okay, there's also racing. Mario Kart's gonna win. Sonic Racing is my vote. That's where I'm gonna put
I,
it. Like,
legitimately, I really think this is a hot take, man. I am voting and predicting Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I am.
you know
I
what? You
really
might
am.
actually be. I do think Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, thinking about it, I
Like,
think has gotten like better reception overall this year than Mario Kart did.
yeah, the only thing
My
I think Mario Kart World's done better is their music. Their music slaps. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've listened to
Yeah.
it. It is really good. But Sonic Racing honestly beats them on all fronts, in my opinion.
so my vote is going to Mario Kart World, but my prediction, and I want you guys to hear me out when I tell you, my prediction
Okay.
is going to F125.
The
Really?
Formula One
Okay.
racing
And
game?
here's
I
why.
want to hear.
Here's why. So with the F1 movie coming out,
Hmm.
that's gathered like a big, from my understanding, a big following. I think because of that and the the fan base coming out to like show up for this franchise, I think F125 is gonna take home the gold.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Cool.
My secondary prediction is that we're all wrong and it's going to be the soccer game FC because FIFA
Yep.
was a very popular franchise and FIFA actually did win this category a lot. So, if I'm being
Yeah,
honest.
I listen.
Fair
I have the
enough.
last FIFA. I have the last FIFA, and I own it literally just so I can play as FC Richmond from Ted Lasso. And it is fun.
By the
Uh,
way,
and,
Nick, if you haven't yet, definitely try the demo for Sonic Racing Crossworlds. You know how Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart had that thing where they were like jumping through realities like super fast, especially
Uh-huh.
in the beginning, all those portals. This game does that in the third lap of every race. They have these portals you go through that takes you to a different track as you're
It's
racing.
on sale in the Black Friday sale in the PlayStation Store right now.
Ooh, is it? I might grab that.
um, ju-
Literally everything in my wish list is on sale right now. But all right, the next category is best sim or strategy game, and the nominees are Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles, Jurassic World Evolution 3, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Tempest Rising, The Altars, and Two Point Museum. Tempest Rising is the only game on this list I haven't heard of. The Altars I've heard a bit of. I will tell you because I'm sure neither of you know. So I heard about this one on a podcast. This is a game
uh,
about a guy who's like living on a planet or something, and it's a game where you basically make clones of yourself that each have all these different jobs, and you're trying to like stimulate a whole society on this planet, but you
yeah,
also have to like take care of each of your clones' individual needs, and they all have distinct personalities. It's a pretty interesting thing. It's like a
Interesting.
survival thing.
it's actually really cool. It is available on Game Pass. I've played
Oh, you
about
have played it. Okay.
Yes, yes, I have played it. It is actually a really, really, really cool concept. I had so many other games that were going on at that
Yeah.
time that I just like I couldn't dedicate to like really giving this game a full crack. But honestly, uh, like not to talk about my own nonsense, but it is actually going to be both my prediction and my vote is going to be going to the altars for this category.
Okay, so I'm a little bit different. My prediction is actually going to Jurassic World Evolution 3, and the reason is it's actually a very popular like series, the Jurassic World Evolution games, where you basically raise a fucking zoo of dinosaurs. Like it's one of the, like that's
Yeah.
basically all you're doing is you're just like raising and taking care of these dinosaurs, but people love that. They eat it up. Um and my vote is actually going to go to Final Fantasy Tactics, obviously,
Yeah.
but if I'm being honest, I actually feel like this is a snub category for me. I would actually take Final Fantasy Tactics out and replace it with the 100 Line Last Defense Academy because
Yeah, I can see that for
that
you.
that was actually because that I think falls under strategy because it's a tactics RPG
Mhm.
and not only that, but it's an original game that came out this year. Like it's an original idea with a really good story and all that. And Final Fantasy Tactics is just a remaster. It's not even a remake. It's just a remaster with
Yeah.
voice acting. You know, that's the only difference now is it has voice acting and difficulty options. And if anything, they actually took some stuff out, like compared to the PSP version. So it's more based off the PS1 version. But that is still what I'm voting for. I've heard good things about Two Point Museum as well, and we all know what Civilization is. That's the
Yeah.
RTS, like the where you put the different historical figures against each other.
Yeah.
So definitely Final Fantasy vote for me, but Jurassic World prediction.
My
Okay.
vote
Nick?
and prediction is going to Jurassic World Evolution 3.
Okay. We've got a lot of
All right.
differing opinions. This is going to be a really fun conversation for when the awards actually happen.
Absolutely. Nick, best family game. You take this one for
All
obvious
right.
reasons.
We have Donkey Kong Bonanza, Lego Party, Lego Voyagers, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and Split Fiction.
Now, can I say something controversial? And it's obviously not an opinion on the game itself. It's just like the way they handle these categories. Split Fiction doesn't belong here. That
No,
game,
it doesn't.
I
I can
agree.
agree. I agree
I
with
feel-
that.
I agree.
It does not belong here.
that game is a little too adult for being family game. I think it's very thematic and depressing. Like
Yeah, it is. You deal with
I
your
wouldn't
dad.
I wouldn't say adult, but I would say at least at least young adult. You know, like
I think it's rated T
Yeah.
for teen too. Like, when I think of family, I think
Right.
of E for everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also think now I know some people have a problem with single player games being in this category. I do not. And my excuse for it, and I think I said this last year too, is that a family game can also be a game that the family like one person's playing it but you're all sitting down together watching it, like the kids
Yeah,
can watch
absolutely.
their parents play Donkey Kong and have fun just watching it, like or you trade off, and I'm pretty sure this Donkey Kong game might actually have some co-op options too. I might be, so like at least in the mini games and stuff. So, I could be wrong about that, but I mean, obviously everything else here though is full on multiplayer, so that
Yeah. Well, you also have to think. I think last year, was it last year or the year before? I can't remember. But Princess Peach Showtime was voted for best family. That's also a single player game.
Exactly, but it's like it's a single player game that families can still play together. If that makes any
Yeah.
sense, like
It
I
does.
don't know, like there's a lot of people out there who were like the younger brother growing up watching their older brothers play through some of those games, or like they hand the controller off to them when it gets too hard for them, or or it's my turn when you die. Yeah,
Yeah.
That being said, though, like I'm tempted to vote for Lego Party here just because it's a Mario Party clone and I love those types of games and it seems like a lot of
Mhm.
fun even though I haven't played it. My prediction though, as much as I don't know, like for some reason I just feel like Donkey Kong's gonna take this.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I'm just like my sixth
No,
sense
I
is
agree.
telling me that I'm predicting that Donkey Kong's gonna win this one, even though I do think some other games on the list are better suited for it. As long as Split Fiction doesn't take this category, I think I'll be happy. I don't really care either way, but I'm gonna vote. I'm I'm gonna vote for. mm, I'm gonna vote for Lego Party. Fuck it. Like
Nice, excellent.
whatever.
My vote and prediction is going to Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yeah,
What about you,
that's super
Brooksy?
fair. My prediction is for Donkey Kong Bonanza. I think this is the category that Nintendo is very famously known for always winning this category.
Yeah,
I don't think with like the Switch 2 and everything, and not a whole lot of releases, like Nintendo doesn't really have a great showcase this year with the mixed reviews of Mario Kart World, and really the only thing they have going for them is Donkey Kong Bonanza. Um, and there's also a lot of mixed reviews on Pokemon ZA just on the graphical standpoint. Um, but my prediction is going to go for Donkey Kong Bonanza. I personally am going to vote for Sonic Racing Crossworlds, though.
I
Okay.
would have taken out Split Fiction and put in.
Little Nightmares 3.
No,
No.
that's even less a
I know.
family-friendly game. Like, I mean, it's not bad for horror. It's very Tim Burton-y, but there's still
Mhm.
like intestines and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would like to replace Split Fiction with Ninja Gaiden 4, please.
Like, what were you gonna say, Nick?
I lost my train of thought. What game was just mentioned?
You said you would replace Split Fiction with something.
Yeah, and I lost my train of thought, and because
Oh.
I had it, I had that thought in mind, and then I lost it. But what game
That's
was it that you got? What game was just mentioned a little bit ago?
Little Nightmares 3,
No,
No,
Ninja Gaiden 4,
no.
no. I don't.
Princess Peach Showtime.
Yeah,
That,
but that was last year.
I got
that's
nothing
right.
else.
No.
Yeah, I don't think there was. I can't think of anything that
Pokemon.
would have. Oh yeah,
Pokemon
yeah,
ZA.
okay, yeah, fair enough.
I
Okay.
would take out Split Fiction and replace it with Pokemon.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right, best fighting game. I don't really have a lot of
I don't either. I
say in
really
this
don't.
either, but it's 2XKO, Capcom Fighting Collection 2, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and Virtua Fighter 5 Revo State World Stage.
I'm voting for Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection and predicting it.
Yeah, I think I can just land on that too and move on from it, quite frankly.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm going with Virtua Fighter just because Virtua Fighter is one of the few fighting games I do like, um, and that is what I'm voting for. And I also am gonna predict that one as well. Why not? Let's keep it entertaining.
I only think Mortal Kombat because it's like, well, I mean, it's the Legacy Collection. It's all the
Yeah.
original games, including some of the Game Boy games and stuff. You know, like I know
Right.
that this is technically
The-
also falls under a remastered port, but
Yeah.
like, what options did they have for fighting games this year, really?
True.
Yeah.
The reason why I stayed away from that one is this Legacy Collection got really mixed reviews, saying that
Mm.
like the games just are really really janky. That they just like essentially did a straight port, and it doesn't translate well in modern controllers and all of that.
Oh, I've heard they patched it.
Oh, did they?
not- I don't
Oh,
know.
I haven't looked into it since it first came out. So,
Well,
anyways.
our next category, Brooksy. This is
oh yeah, buddy. Best RPG, and our options are Avowed from Obsidian Entertainment, our first showing of Claire Obscure Expedition 33 from Sandfall Interactive, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 from Warhorse Studios, Monster Hunter Wilds Capcom, and The Outer Worlds 2 again, two this year from Obsidian Entertainment.
3 games on this list. It's literally the only category they're in.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and kick it off. I feel like this is not going to be surprising to literally anyone that's listened to a single episode from us this year. My vote and my prediction are going to be for KCD2. Expedition 33 is going to have a monster Game Awards this year. There's no question about that.
Absolutely.
It's an excellent RPG, but when I think of RPG, I think of the role playing aspect, less of the turn based side of things. Um, and for that, as Avowed is a really good game. I did enjoy it. I have not played Monster Hunter Wilds, but I have played Monster Hunter games in the past. And I have not played Outer Worlds 2, but I have played similar concept games to that. KCD 2 is one of the most like technically impressive and realistic RPGs. It is the most that I've ever played. It is an incredible story, and it is so in tune with the stats and buffing and everything else. Like this to me, this one is a no-brainer. It is KCD2 for both my choice and for my prediction on this one.
Okay, fair enough. This may surprise you. As much as
Mm,
I think this is going to be an expedition sweep this year, I do think, because I do think that they are going to want to give some recognition to KCD2, and I do think that this is the one category where it will actually win
agreed.
against Expedition 33.
Fully agreed with you.
Is for that very reason, honestly. That being said, I do think it will win this category. That being said, my vote is going to Avowed here. Out of all of these RPGs, that's the one I actually had the most genuine, like, pure nostalgic fun with. Like, it felt like playing Skyrim again, but with
Yeah,
Dragon Age companions, you know.
yeah.
And that was like, oh, okay. I was like, this checks two different types of RPG boxes for me that I really like, and then. But like in Expedition 33, as much as I love that game, there were a lot of moments in it that I would call difficult, and it definitely was a struggle at a certain point to push through. Quite frankly, had they not patched story mode to be easier, I might not have ever actually finished that game.
I'm
So,
so glad
and
you
I'm
did.
glad. Yeah, I'm glad that I did too, because it's got one of the best narratives I've ever
Oh yeah.
experienced in RPG history. But like as far as, and I love turn based combat. It's so good, but I do think like Avowed is probably the most whimsical amount of RPG fun I've had
Mhm.
this year, if that's the right word to use.
Yeah. No,
um,
I get what you're trying to say.
yeah. So,
Um,
what about you, Nick? I know you
M-
don't have a whole lot of experience with any of these, but
My prediction is going to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
my boy,
My
okay.
my boy.
vote my vote is going to Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
And I still think you would really like Avowed. I do. You
I still
definitely
think
like.
you guys, if you guys could get through the first handful of hours, I'm telling you, KCD2 will change your life.
Oh, by the way, I checked, and the trial for that, like the PS Plus Premium trial, is 4 hours long. So congratulations,
Oh,
Brooksy. I will basically be matching you on demo length for
okay, there.
Last Defense Academy.
Excellent. I love to hear that. One thing I do want to
So
give a quick little like I wish I could see this is I don't think that there's any real snubs because there's only 5 games for all categories except for Game of the Year. Um,
right,
I really wish there was a sixth one. I would have loved to have seen Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon on here for it to come from such a small dev team, and for it
fair
to
enough.
be
Yeah,
it's very Skyrim coded, very Avowed coded, Outer Worlds coded, but it is a dark fantasy world and one that has not I have not really ever experienced in gaming. That I wish had received some flowers this year. I wish I got to see that in here, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say on the last bit of RPG.
fair enough. So the next category is Best Action Adventure Game, and the nominees are Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hollow Knight, Silk Song, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Split Fiction. What a fucking stacked category.
Yeah,
Um,
man,
and man, Brooksy, I really wish you had finished Death Stranding 2 by this point, because the
yeah,
conversation around it could be so much more meaningful.
I
Like
think so too.
you would understand why this game is in this category had you
I
and
don't.
best,
Here's the thing. I don't have a question as to why. Like I have played. Have I finished it? No. Have I played enough of it and have played its predecessor in its entirety to understand why this is in best action adventure. Like it makes
Okay,
I have no
yeah.
questions
For
on that.
this category, yeah, but you'll when we get to best game direction, that's a different story, and I
Yeah,
think
I
you'll understand where I'm coming from there if you had actually finished this game.
that's fair. That's super fair. That's super fair. Uh, but Justin, what is your vote and prediction? I feel like I know what it is, but
So actually, okay. So my prediction is that Silk Song is going to win this category.
okay.
I have a prediction that Silk Song's actually going to win several categories, even ones that it's against Expedition 33 in. That being
Mhm.
said, I think, oh man, this is a tough one for me, but I like to be fair and balanced with my votes. You know, I don't like to just let one game hog them all. So,
Yeah,
I'm really nuanced about each category too. Which
yeah.
how I felt playing them. So for me, it's it's a hard choice between Ghost of Yote and Indiana Jones for me because I really do like both of them quite a bit.
Mhm.
Like the gameplay of them is very up my alley in both cases. Um, but I have a spot for Ghost of Yote later, so I think I'm actually going to vote for Indiana Jones in this category. But I'm predicting Silk Song.
Okay. Okay. Um, I mean, for me, it's hard, man. It's this is a tough category for me. I I do personally, I think I agree with you on the prediction. I do think that Hollow Knight Silksong is going to win this category. Um, my vote, though, my vote is going to go to Ghost of Yote. I was enamored by this game. I loved it entirely. I've played every single game in this category. And I, I respect Indiana Jones, and I understand, Justin, why you love it so much. Split Fiction was incredible. Hollow Knight Silksong, probably like I think I'm like halfway through the game at this point. I pick it up from time to time, um, and it is a miraculous game. It truly is. And the fact that it's made by three devs is just so wild from Team Cherry. Um, and we all know how I feel about Hideo Kojima, but it goes to Yote. It had something special for me personally. And yeah, that's where I'm sticking at. I'm voting for Yote, but I do think Silk Song's going to take it.
I almost voted for Yote here. Not gonna lie, I was very close for
Fair.
me. What about you, Nick?
I'm gonna go along with you, Justin, and vote Indiana Jones in the Great Circle, but predict Hollow Knight Silk Song.
I remember when we talked about Indie last December, you were really enjoying what you had played of it so far. And you actually got
Yes,
further than me, too.
I haven't picked it up in a while.
Fair enough. Nick, you're an action guy. Take the next category. Best action
All
game.
right, best action game. Our nominees are Battlefield 6, Doom: The Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi Art of Vengeance.
I think this
My
one's easy.
my vote is going to Doom: The Dark Ages, but I think Hades 2 is going to win.
Exactly the same for me. That's like 100% exactly where I'm at, too.
Yeah. I
I've actually played some of Doom: The Dark Ages, and it is very.
yeah
Ooh, yeah, that is an action game. I tell you what.
yeah I've played Doom. I've played Hades. I've played Ninja Gaiden 4. I agree with you. My prediction is going to go towards Hades 2. This type of roguelike game is not my personal cup of tea. But I fully understand why people love Hades and Hades 2. But my vote is I'm going to switch it up. I am going to be voting for Ninja Gaiden 4. I got a soft spot in my heart there for Team Ninja, and I've only played a couple hours of Ninja Gaiden 4, but man, it's got the sauce, man. It's fun.
I was gonna, I could have predicted you voting for that, quite
Yeah,
frankly.
that's fair. That's super fair.
All right, next category is best VR or AR game, augmented reality. Now, just to be clear, not all of these are VR exclusive. Like some of these can be played without VR too. So, Alien Rogue Insurrection, Arcan Age, Ghost Town, Deadpool VR, and The Midnight Walk. Um, my prediction is it's a pretty damn strong case between Alien Rogue Insurrection and Deadpool VR.
Mhm.
Just based off like brand recognition alone, I think would be the case. I've heard really good things about Ghost Town though too. Like I went on the Meta store, I read reviews for it, and people were like, "Man, this game made me feel like playing VR for the first time again." Like it was,
Oh, cool.
like a full adventure puzzle game. That being said, though, my vote's going to the Midnight Walk. I've watched Dead Meat play some of it. I like how it looks. It's on my wish list. It can be played without VR, and it looks like a Tim Burton thing, and it's like just a cute little adventure horror game. So that's where I'm putting my vote. But my prediction, I'm gonna say Deadpool,
Nice. Yeah, that's
just
fair.
My
based on
I
popularity alone.
I would
Nick,
say
what you got?
my prediction and vote is going to Deadpool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair. I don't play VR games, so I don't have a whole lot of skin in this game. But I am also predicting Marvel's Deadpool, and then my vote is also gonna go to the Midnight Walk. I love the art style, and I think it would be cool to see that win.
and that's a game that you can play without VR too. Like you
True.
can play it what they call flat, the flat version. Um, but okay. Best mobile game. Destiny Rising, Persona 5, The Phantom X, Sonic Rumble. Oh boy, I don't remember. Is it Masume? Pretty Derby
I guess.
and
Sure.
and and Wuthering Waves. So I've actually played two of these. I've played Persona 5 The Phantom X and I've played Wuthering Waves, and Wuthering Waves is actually like it's kind of like, Genshin Impact and all that. It's available on consoles and it doesn't really feel like a mobile game when you're playing it. It feels like a full-fledged RPG.
Okay.
Um Persona 5 The Phantom X, very similar actually. That like the Phantom X basically feels like you're playing Persona 5 again, but like just with like microtransactions.
Oh,
Basically, it's
awesome.
got the mobile game shit in it. It's a separate story and all that, but like, and I've actually been playing that on the computer because that's not just on phones, but that's free on Steam as well.
Oh, cool.
Um, yeah. So yeah, if you ever wanted to check it out, the voice acting is entirely in Japanese, but that don't bother me.
Okay.
Um, I haven't played Sonic Rumble but from what I understand, it's basically just Fall Guys with Sonic characters.
Okay.
Um, so that's about as much as I know. And Destiny is Destiny, and then the Derby one, I think it's about horse racing, but with anime characters.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna go ahead and predict that Sonic Rumble wins this, but I'm voting for Persona 5: The Phantom X,
I'm right
as
there
that's
with you.
the one that I've actually played, and it's Persona. Quite
Yeah,
frankly.
I'm also same. I'm gonna vote for Persona just because I love Persona. I do think Sonic Rumble is gonna take it. Again, this is a category. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot to speak on, but that's where I'm sitting on this round.
This category, by the way, mobile game is misleading. They need to change this to best free to play game because half of these are available on consoles and PC too. You
Yeah.
Yeah.
know? So they're not exclusively mobile game. This category used to be called best handheld game because it also included like PS Vita and 3DS games. So unfortunately, that's not a thing anymore. So they just need to change it to best free to play game if they're going to go this route because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure all of these. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure all of these are free to play. That being said, not every mobile game is free, so
Yeah.
there's that too. But, yeah, either way. Wait,
My
Nick, did you say yours?
my prediction and vote is going to Persona 5 The Phantom X.
Interesting. Okay. Brooksy, best debut indie game.
Best debut indie game. I have Blueprints, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Despelote, and Dispatch. And I do want to take a quick second to point out for those that do not know, there was originally 5 games in this category. The
Yep.
last one being Megabonk. Megabonk is for me personally, a wonderful, wonderful indie game. I have it on the Steam Deck, and it's one of those games that if I'm wanting to kill time for like an hour, I'll pick that up, and that hour becomes like 5 minutes. It's a damn good game, and I want to give a massive, massive amount of credit for the developer of it for reaching out to Jeff Keighley and to TGA to request the rescinding because it is not the very first game that they've ever created. They've done other games under different names, which is a really admirable thing to be able to point out. Um,
Very fair.
yeah, for me personally, this is tough for me because there's two games.
Yeah.
There's 2 games for me on
This is
this that really matters. For me personally, I should say, and that is Clair Obscure Expedition 33, and that is Dispatch.
yeah.
For
Well, and this for me, I think it is a little unfair for Expedition 33 to be in so
right,
many categories against these smaller games when it feels like a big game even though it's not.
yeah,
But it's kind of like it reminds me of like you have the family reunion and you got like challenge games for the adults and challenge games for the kids, but there's like that one uncle that has to participate in all of them and he doesn't
right.
hold back against the kids. He just wipes the floor with them. Like
Right,
it's
and that's kind of what it
yeah.
feels like, and I can't even. What's funny is I can't even really give an argument of like my whole initial thought is like, well, this entire group is like a very senior group of people that all came from Ubisoft, but the same argument can be made for Dispatch as well, coming from Telltale.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but for me personally, again, I think Claire Obscure is going to wipe the floor in so many categories this year that I feel like we're coming really up on like where it's a lot of Expedition 33 sweeps. Um, because they're a larger team than what Dispatch had, I really think that not only my prediction and my vote is going to go to Dispatch for this one. This is the only game that Dispatch is nominated for. It was a very very late entry, but this game has exceeded everyone's expectations. They were
Yeah, it
they've
surged in popularity super
yeah,
quick.
it really did. They said that they in a month they made what they were planning on making on this game over 3 years. Like this game like took off like nothing else. And it deserves all the flowers possible. It's clearly not going to be eligible for 2026. So if it's only going to get nominated for one thing, I'm going to vote for that. And I think the panel that is doing a lot of judging and voting for this, I think are going to recognize that as well. So that's why it's both my
Yeah.
prediction and my vote is Dispatch.
It's definitely my vote, like 100%, no question about that. I'm leaning a little different on prediction though. I have this feeling that they realize Expedition 33 is in a lot of categories.
Mhm.
It's probably going to sweep the bigger categories, but I think they're going to let
Yeah.
other indie games get their flowers in these smaller ones.
Yep.
And if it's not Dispatch, I would love it to be Dispatch. Quite frankly,
Right.
I would. But I'm being realistic. I honestly think this one is going to to be Blueprints.
Really? Okay. Yeah. I mean,
It
it's one of the
have you
highest
seen its ratings
rated
on
games this year.
Metacritic? Yeah,
It's like a 94.
that's why I
Like it's
feel that
insane.
way.
That's fair. That's
And
super
granted,
fair.
it's not everyone's cup of tea because it's basically a roguelike puzzle game, but it's like, and it's the kind of game where you have to like get out a piece of paper and do like real life math and shit to solve some of these puzzles. But that's also why some people like it, you know.
Yeah.
And
I
it's procedurally generated too. Is the other thing.
I have played a little bit of Blueprints.
I'm surprised, honestly.
It's free on PlayStation.
Uh,
Yeah, but that's like I've been afraid to touch it because I know what it is, and I'm like, this is
Yeah.
gonna be too hard for me, honestly.
Yeah.
I I'm a bit confused by it, so I just kind of gave up on it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I expected.
My
I got-
vote
I got
is
bored personally.
my
Like,
yeah, fair. My vote is going to Dispatch, but my prediction is Expedition 33.
That's fair. I don't have
Fair.
anybody that predicts the expedition. I'm thoroughly unsurprised. Like I really am. Like it really is that it is a generational game. It is a generational game without a question.
So now for best indie game overall, which is debut or otherwise, we have Absalom, Ball Pit, Blueprints, Expedition 33, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silksong.
What a
And
what
yes,
a year for indie games. Like
I did say Ball Pit correctly because it's one of those things where you don't pronounce the X like Demon
yeah,
Hunter.
I was gonna say like Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, or Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, Hunter x Hunter, not Demon Hunter. Yeah. Um, I Absalom is actually the only one here I don't know much about. Ball Pit I've actually played a little bit of. I would describe it as Vampire Survivors meets classic the Brick Breaker arcade game. Um, it's a pretty fun
Okay.
little addicting thing. I don't think it's gonna win, but yeah, it's basically that like where like there's you're in a narrow like path and there's a wall of enemies coming down towards you, and you're continuously shooting these balls up at them that bounce off of them and do damage, and after they do enough damage they kill them, and all of them come back to you, and after you've killed so many and level up you can upgrade your balls to these different special types. Like there's a metal one that rolls slower but does more damage and shit like that. And it's basically just that. It's like survive as long as you can and keep getting upgrades the more you survive. So basically it's the only kind of roguelike that I actually enjoy, if I'm being honest. Like it's basically just Vampire Survivors, but you're shooting balls at enemies coming down the
Yeah.
tunnel at you.
Vampire
You know.
Survivor Brick Breaker Edition. Like that's
Exactly. And it's free on Game Pass if anyone wants to give it a try.
okay.
But my prediction is that, oh boy, that's a hard one between
Yeah.
Hades and Silksong. My prediction though is that Silksong takes this category too. I think
Yeah.
this is one that it's gonna take. My vote here though is you know what? Fuck it. I'm actually gonna vote for Ball Pit. I think it
Okay.
I think it's
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it's a fun little like it takes a lot for me to enjoy a roguelike.
Yeah.
So that's
Fair.
because I sure as
I'm-
fuck wouldn't enjoy Hades. So
Yeah.
I'm
Or
predicting
Blueprints.
and voting for Hollow Knight Silksong.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't have any questions on that. Again, I feel like Hades is gonna get like snubbed a lot from Silksong, and I feel like my prediction is actually gonna be Hades 2 for this one. But I
I know a
personally,
lot of people who will be happy with either one winning.
I know, seriously. But I personally, this is the first time I'm going to for the night. I am going to vote for Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Okay.
I know there's that feeling of it being a bit unfair, but it is a brand new team. It was 50 people. Like it does hit every mark of an indie game. And I've played Blueprints. I've played 33. I've played the open beta for Hades 2, and I've played Hollow Knight Silksong. For me, it was Expedition 33. I don't have any questions on that.
Fair enough. Okay, best community support. And again, for those that don't know, this is basically just like the category. Well, it says right here recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates, patches. So basically, the developers who listen to what their fans want and say, we got you, and then patch it in and
Yep.
keep it going that way. And the nominees are Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. I like, okay, as much as it deserves it, I am getting a little tired of seeing No Man's Sky in here every year, because at this point it's like, we get it. You had your redemption arc, the game is good now, the point's been made. My prediction, though, is I think Helldivers 2 is going to win this, but I'm voting for Baldur's Gate 3.
All valid.
I hear that Larian Studios is pretty, like,
They're awesome.
like communicative.
They're,
They're
they've
pretty
done,
communicative
they've
with
done,
their fans.
they have done so much for Baldur's Gate since its launch, like so much.
Absolutely.
My prediction and vote are both going to Baldur's Gate 3.
That's fair. I
Fair enough.
I am gonna predict.
I have.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I have been thinking about jumping back into Fortnite lately, just to take a peek because of the Simpsons stuff. The Simpsons stuff
That's
is
fair.
kind of drawing me in.
I do predict Baldur's Gate 3. I feel on the opposite side of the spectrum for you related to No Man's Sky, and I am going to vote for No Man's Sky.
Okay,
Because
fair.
even though it has been there year after year, you have to think like this team fumbled the bag so hard on release that
Yeah, that game sucked when it came out.
It did. It absolutely did. I had the collector's edition of that game, dude. I was so hyped when it came out, and I turned that in after it came out because I was allotted a refund for it. And I picked up The Witcher 3, and that was one of the best decisions I ever made. But I it's the fact that it's been a decade. It's a decade, and they're still going so hard at this game, and like these upgrades and patches and new stuff, like they're not charging or anything, and it's been a decade. The game's only like $30 nowadays, and they're still at it. And like I think a team that's willing to do that for this long and this consistently, even if they get nominated every year, like I want to give them their effing flowers every year. Like I have so much respect for Hello Games for what they do for this, and I love Larian Studios and what they've done. And I will be so happy to see Baldur's Gate 3 win. But I'm gonna give my flowers to No Man's Sky.
All right. Yeah, good points. Good points.
Yeah.
All right, best ongoing game. Nick, why don't you read this one?
We
Just for
have,
shits and giggles.
for best ongoing game, we have our nominees are Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, and No Man's Sky.
All right, so I'm voting for Final Fantasy 14 here, but Marvel Rivals is gonna win. That's my prediction. That game has surged in popularity lately.
I'm predicting Helldivers 2, but voting Fortnite.
Nice. I just went on a whole Glaze trip about No Man's Sky. I am voting for No Man's Sky again. But I am with you. I am with you, Justin. I am also predicting Marvel Rivals. They have been so on top of their stuff, like and the community loves it. Whether it be tryhards, whether it be Marvel fanboys, whether it be gooners, like they all love it. They all love it, and I really think they're gonna take it.
It's basically just Overwatch with Marvel characters, but
yep.
You know. All right, games for impact. Brooksy, you take this one.
Yeah, for a thought-provoking.
Since you're our ethics coordinator, so this seems appropriate for you.
I appreciate that. Games for impact for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. We have Consume Me, we have Despelote, we have Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, we have South of Midnight, and we have Wanderstop. Would it surprise y'all to say I've actually played all 5 of these games to a degree?
Oh, I'm not surprised at all, but also good, because it means you'll have some input. Because I think Consumi is the only one that I don't really know anything about, but I know, in terms of, why it's here. I'm not questioning why it's here, I'm just saying I don't know what its message is that puts it here, but I know Despelote has a lot of, the Mexican community. It's very, down to earth experience with that. It's about soccer and making friends and all that. Lost Records, Bloom and Rage has some of the best autism representation I've ever seen, and really good LGBTQI plus representation, which is often the case for Don't Nods games. South of Midnight's pretty self-explanatory, quite frankly, but the gothic folklore, the southern
Such a good game.
and I'm pretty sure they touch on slavery a bit in there too. And then Wanderstop is basically a cozy game that is like an
So
anti-cozy
good.
game, isn't it? Like
It's
isn't the
so
whole point of
good.
that?
Yeah.
Isn't the whole point of
Yes,
that game to just like stop and take it all in? You know?
yes, like the if you guys can see the icon on it, you're playing as the woman that's on the left, who is a literal like warrior, and she's running through the forest, and all of a sudden she just like becomes completely gassed, like all of her energy got sucked out of her, and she comes across this tea store that this guy to the right of her is running, and she's like trying to like regain her strength, and he's like, dude, like take a chill pill, like just enjoy this moment, help me make some tea, come and meet some of these people. And it's a really good cozy game. Like I do highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
And tell us why
This is hard.
Consume Me is here.
Oh, Consume Me, man. It's this game really it it's a really layered game. It touches a lot of things, and I would not be shocked personally if it does win, because it covers things from like body image and like diet culture as a whole. And as me as like a heavier set individual, like it
Oh, okay,
really
okay.
hits on the nose. It talks a lot about like your own mental health, your self-worth, burnout, identity. Like it covers so many different aspects, playing through Jenny, and like dealing with, like, you have to like manage her mood, her money, her energy. Like
Okay.
it's a really cool game. It is a really cool game. I was honestly really stoked to see that pop up. Man, this is
So
hard for me. Like this
my
category is so hard for me.
my prediction is actually Wanderstop, but I am voting for South of Midnight.
That's fair. I
You
I
know what though? You know what though? I can't lie, Brooksy. Like, okay, it got low reviews on Metacritic, and it is for as much as all of us found the second episode disappointing, and you not really liking it at all to begin with. But I mean, obviously, the parts of it that it's in for this category were well handled. Otherwise, it wouldn't be here.
yeah. Yeah,
In
absolutely.
terms of
Yeah.
lost records, like the autism
Yeah.
representation was really good. The relationship handling stuff was really good. But my only thing is though, like for as much as this game like got middling reviews, it has a pretty fucking strong cult following.
No,
Like
it
there's
absolutely does. And like the more
yeah.
I know you and I talked like off recording about like me being surprised that Lost Records was being here, outside of it being from Don't Nod. Um the more I look at the category, the more I think about what this category resembles. Because like I talked about, like surprised not seeing something like Outer Worlds 2 that has a very pro-social meaning and everything else about consumerism and capitalism and all of that. The more I look at it, the more it makes sense to me why it's here. The less questions I really have, and if it did win, I will tell you, I still will be a little surprised, just because of the quality and gravity of these other games.
Yes,
I
yeah.
But will I be upset? No, I wouldn't be upset. A little surprised, yeah. Upset, no. Are you changing your vote to Lost Records?
No.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
sticking with South of
that's
Midnight. I'm just
that's fair.
saying that it definitely if South of Midnight wasn't here, I probably would have voted for Lost Records.
Yeah,
Just
that's
because
fair.
there is, like, as someone with a high functioning form of autism who also loves cats and recording everything, I felt very seen, at least by the
Yeah.
first episode of that game.
Um.
Which is probably why I gave the first episode such a high rating, but not the second one.
Yeah. No, call me, man, call me crazy on this. I am voting, and I also am going to predict South of Midnight. And I think the reason why
Same.
I am predicting this is there are so few games that have a black protagonist. There are even less games with a black female protagonist. Like, we've really gotten this in Forspoken in the past, like what, 5 years? Um,
Yeah, true.
and we have virtually none that go through the culture and history of Black Americans, especially in the South, and the deep, rich Southern culture that comes along with it, for better and equally very, very much for worse. It is such an incredible game, that like I have a special place in my heart for Wonderstop. I have a special place in my heart for Consume Me. I enjoyed the story of Despelote, and I enjoyed the messaging in the story of Lost Records, tape one. But I gotta give both my prediction and my vote to South of Midnight.
I love. Yeah, I love that. That's like the one thing we can all agree on that on Lost Records is that Tape 2 was disappointing from a
It
narrative
really
really
was.
perspective.
was.
I feel it. My tune
We
probably would have changed if they went a different direction.
we we
Yeah.
what we did was is we expected too much out of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, we didn't. We expected. I didn't expect too much. I just expected more than what I got. That's
Fair
I
enough.
expected nothing, and I got less for tape two.
so
Tape
the
one
next
was
category
solid.
next category is innovation in accessibility. And again, this is I have to be very specific. This category is because some people they see innovation and they lose their minds. They're like, "How did this game innovate?" Morons, learn to read. Innovation in accessibility. This is specifically a category for games that have accessibility options that make them more playable for a wider audience. Colorblind options. Fucking subtitles have been in games since the dawn of time, and those are technically an accessibility option. Um, but you have colorblind options, you have difficulty options, you have things like Dispatch, for example, has a turn the QTEs off and a never fail hacking options that you can turn on. That's accessibility.
Mhm.
Um, stuff like that, things that make the gameplay more palatable for people. Just that kind of thing. So our nominees for this are Assassin's Creed Shadows, Atomfall, Doom the Dark Ages, EA Sports FC 26, and South of Midnight. I have to imagine South of Midnight is here because it has the option to turn off the stop motion and make it more playable for people that don't like that. I will say my prediction, ooh, that's actually a hard one for me. To be quite frankly, I really don't know who to predict in this category because it's such a fucking nuanced category, right? That it's almost like sometimes I feel like they just throw this to whichever game has the biggest name, honestly. And but I'm actually going to vote for Assassin's Creed Shadows, and let me explain why. The Assassin's Creed games in their RPG phase have started doing this thing where bigger, tougher enemies, if you want to play it like an RPG, take more to go down. Like, you can't just stealth assassinate everybody like you could in the older games. However, enough people didn't like that they started adding that feature back in as an accessibility option. So this game, much like the other RPG Assassin's Creed, has different level scaling options for the enemies. It has the ability to auto kill anyone that you stealth assassinate, regardless of how higher of a level they are than you. It has the put a marker on the map, set the controller down, and your horse will take you there automatically feature. Like, this game, much like many Ubisoft games, has accessibility options just out the ass. Like, they're everywhere. So if nothing else, because like this game is great for like the first 4 hours and then it starts devolving into the usual Ubisoft shit. But if nothing else, they definitely do accessibility options correctly.
Yeah.
Like 100%, and that's why it's getting my vote in this category. Prediction wise, though, fuck me, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it actually won this category for all the reasons I just said, quite
Yeah,
honestly.
that's fair.
But I also feel like they're going to shy away from giving any awards to this game because of the controversy surrounding it. So I don't know. Either that, well, that didn't stop them with Last of Us Part 2 now, did it, though?
No, it did not.
So I don't fucking know, man. You know what? I'm going to go wild. I'm going to predict Assassin's Creed actually wins this one, quite frankly. And I'm going to vote for it, too. If it's not Assassin's Creed, then it's probably Atomfall. Honestly,
Yeah.
I it's just another Fallout clone, but
what I will tell you is, if you can see on the page itself, there is a hyperlink that says "Learn about the nominees," and it gives a like short, like 2-3 paragraph blurb about what exactly they've done for accessibility on it, and
Oh, okay, fair enough.
also provides a link directly to each company's website to show the accessibility to go in even further detail. I did read up on each of these. Each of them have done a lot of incredible things. I mean, FC's literally got like a 1 or 2 button mode for like people that can only use like a finger, don't have hands to be able to play and things like that. Um,
Mm.
I know I just voted, but I'm gonna predict and vote for South of Midnight on here again. You've got like the motor disability alone on this is awesome. Or it's got just reading straight from here, like it has faster holds, a glide hold toggle, auto target lock on, and
Oh yeah.
there's skip features for all combat chase sequences and bosses, so you can just enjoy the experience of the story and be able to move the character itself.
I
Uh,
forgot about that. I forgot you could just straight up skip the gameplay in this game. I guess I was just
yeah,
having so much fun with
fun
it
with
that the
it.
thought
Yeah,
never crossed my mind. Yeah,
yeah. It's
like there's not a single section in that game that I would skip,
yeah.
quite frankly.
But each of these games has done some really incredible work to being able to make gaming accessible for all, and that is why I'm so happy that this category exists in general with TGA. Um, based off of everything I've read, and again, there is that slight bias of I've played 3 of the 5. I played Atomfall, Doom, and South of Midnight. Um, I read more into South of Midnights just because I have more of a personal interest in it, which is why I'm voting for it, and because I have more knowledge of what South of Midnight's done. That's why I'm predicting it. But honestly, each of these games have done incredible things, and each of them, if any of these, whichever one wins, I'm going to be happy for them. I'm not going to be upset or anything like that.
What do you think, Nick?
My vote is going to South of Midnight. My prediction is Assassin's Creed Shadows.
That's fair.
Okay. Okay, he split it down the middle with the two of us.
Yeah.
Okay, here's
Ooh,
a category. Here's
this
a
is a category.
here's a this is a rough category. All right, so best performance we have Ben Starr for his performance of, was it Verso in Expedition 33?
Yes, he played Verso.
Okay, Charlie Cox for oh shit, what was his name again? The guy
Gustav.
in the beginning. Gustav, that's right. I knew it began with a G in Expedition 33. Erika Ishii for
Atsu?
Atsuwa, is it? Atsu.
Atsu.
Atsu in Ghost of Yote. Jennifer English for Mael in Expedition 33. Um, Konatsu Kato for Hinoko in Silent Hill F. That's same voice actress as Yuffie in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Um,
That's cool.
and Troy Baker for Indiana Jones and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which I get it, by the way. I get it that and I'm glad that he's here. I love Troy Baker. This nominee for him, though, should have been for Higgs in Death Stranding 2 instead. That is one of the most unhinged performances I've ever seen in my life in a good way, like major Joker vibes.
Yep.
And once again, once you get further in the game, Brooksy, you will see what I mean.
That's fair. I will tell you, this is, for me personally, this is a snub category for me. I know neither of
Oh,
y'all.
who's missing?
For me personally, Tom McKay, who plays Henry of Skalitz in Kingdom Come
Oh,
Deliverance 2.
okay.
I genuinely, either him, like Luke Dale, who plays Sir Hans Cape of Lipa in Perkstein. Uh, both of them are phenomenal. And it's not just because he's the protagonist. I just think that the acting was better. And if Luke ever hears this, I'm sorry. He randomly comes on and listens to that. I'm sorry. I still love you, dude. But Tom McKay, he was just so excellent. His voice acting was absolutely incredible. I really wish I got to see Tom
Fair.
McKay in here.
That being said, my prediction is, and this just seems, I don't know why, it just seems so obvious to me. I think Charlie Cox is going to win this, not just because he's the most famous name on this list and he plays Daredevil and more people know him, but because Gustav, got a lot of love in Expedition 33,
Yeah.
even though he probably has the least amount of screen time.
Yeah.
But that is like definitely one of the main things for a lot of people. Um, you know,
Yeah. I get it.
a lot of people actually want a side game like a Gustav, like,
Story.
you know, yeah, like
Well,
Gustav story.
depending on how you play the game, I'm just saying. If you chose the correct
Right,
ending,
exactly.
if you chose the correct ending, Justin.
Yes, if you choose the selfish ending, the one
No,
where you didn't learn anything,
the correct one.
the unhealed and untherapeutic ending.
My vote is
Uh,
going to Troy Baker, but my
Mhm.
prediction is Charlie Cox.
That's
Yeah, I'm
fair.
also predicting Charlie Cox, but I'm gonna vote Jennifer English. Mael is one of the most complex characters I've ever seen in a video game, and she
Agreed.
is
Agreed.
very
Agreed.
well played. She's
I,
also
I
in Baldur's Gate 3, isn't she?
Yes, and she is also going to be in the upcoming game. That's probably my second most anticipated title for like confirmed date and all of that for next year. Tides of Annihilation. She's the main voice actor
Okay.
for that, which I'm very excited to see. Well, it's her.
So,
It's her and the girl that played Shadowheart. Um,
what's your choice then, Brooksy?
for me, I am voting personally for Jennifer English. My prediction is going to go to Ben Starr. I think Verso's
Really? Okay.
really. I love Verso's character. He is incredibly. He's like Jennifer English, like just a very very torn and complex individual, and just the way that Ben Starr plays it is just fucking perfection for me, man. It really was. Like it was so goddamn good. So I'm predicting Ben Starr, but I am voting for Jennifer English. I thought she was just so good.
Fair enough. Brooksy, take best audio design.
Best audio design. We have Battlefield 6. We have Clara Obscure Expedition 33. Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Ghost of Yote, and Silent Hill F.
Now, I
Uh,
know some people get confused, so to be clear, this isn't soundtrack music. This is audio design, as in the game's sound effects and like how the audio is presented, especially when you're wearing headphones.
yeah.
I think the prime example I always go to this for innovation in sound design is the fucking voices in your head in Hellblade when you're wearing headphones, and how they use the 3D binaural audio to make it sound like it's coming from all around you.
Mhm.
Um, that's what we're looking for here. I'm a little bit biased, and this might surprise you actually, Brooksy, but um, I'm actually going to vote for Silent Hill F here because I almost always vote for horror games in this category because by default I think they deserve it the most because audio design is a huge part of the horror in horror games.
Agreed. Agreed.
Like the creepy noises in the distance, like the oppressive, like all that
Yeah.
shit, like the
Yeah.
the
I
scuttering
get it.
of rats in the walls, like that is. And so this is probably going to be the only category where I actually vote for this game, but I am voting for Silent Hill F here.
Mhm.
Not my prediction though. I do think because it is a war game that Battlefield 6 is actually going to win this category because the audio design is very important to both the single and multiplayer in like knowing where your enemies are, the
Yeah.
realistic sound effects of war happening around you, the booms and the bangs and the da-da-das and all
Mhm.
that. Like, so that's actually my prediction is Battlefield 6, but I'm voting for Silent Hill F.
Okay. Nick, what you
I
got?
don't really think the
Oh.
other games in this category do a whole like Ghost of Yote. I can see actually, I can kind of see that, but I really don't understand what Expedition 33 and Death Stranding 2 are doing here. It's not actually. Yes, I do. Expedition 33 has those audio cues for your blocking and dodging. That's probably
Mhm.
why it's here. That's probably why it's here. What about you, Nick?
My prediction is going to Battlefield 6, and my vote is going to Ghost of Yote.
That's fair.
Oh, interesting.
Um,
What made you choose
again,
Ghost of Yote for this? Is it just your experience with Tsushima, kind of understanding how the audio works already with those games? Or?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's very relaxing, isn't it?
It
Like
is.
it's beautiful.
Um, again, not to be not. I have another personal snub. That's just me
Okay.
personally. Um, I do love Death Stranding too. I agree with you just in the sense of like I don't I understand, but I don't understand why this was in best audio design. Soundtrack, yeah, I like Woodkid. Holy shit, man!
Mm-hmm.
Like what a composer,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, but I would personally I would swap out Death Stranding 2, and not to be the biggest glazer on the planet, I would put KCD 2 here. And the reason why is because
Fair.
that's the thing is I played this game. I would say 70% of my first playthrough I played with a headset on. Um, and the audio design is absolutely incredible. Like you can like if you're there's difference in tone when you're talking to someone based on how far they are away from you in the cutscene. If you're
Oh,
in
that's cool.
if you're inside, you can hear a slight echoey inside of whatever building that you're inside, and depending on what type of building you're in, like if it's made out of brick or if it's made out of something different, it actually has a different sound. If there's a door open, you can hear chatter from the hallway or people talking behind you. You can hear if you stop in the middle of if you're inside of the woods area, you can hear wolves like slowly approaching towards you before it even pops up on your map or anything like that. It has some phenomenal audio design too. That was one of the things that like really like shocked me whenever I was first starting to play it, and Sam was like, "Hey, I know you're loving your Yank My Pistol game, but like, would you be able to turn the volume off?" And I'm like, let me just grab my headset, and I put it on. I was like, oh my goodness, this is next level shit. Like this is
Now
incredible.
I'm really living in this world.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it really is that good. For me personally though, Justin, I am also gonna vote for Silent Hill F on the audio design. I thought the audio design in this was phenomenal. I did play I did play a little bit of the new game plus to just kind of check it out, and I had my headset on, and I was like, "Oh, this is really really good."
Yeah.
And again, because this game is not receiving very many nominations, um, I'm also predicting that this is going to be the category I think Silent Hill F it takes a win. Horror's always
Yeah.
really
Well,
done
I've
well
thought
for
the
audio
same thing
design.
about I thought the same thing about previous years, but there have been
Yeah,
other horror games up for audio design that didn't win those years for
that's
whatever
fair.
reason.
That's
But
fair. But there's a love for Konami because there's a love for Hideo, who helped really make Konami what it became with Metal Gear Solid and everything else. So, and Jeff Keighley, we all know he's a Hideo stan himself. Um, I got a feeling that this is not only my vote but my prediction as well.
fair enough. Um, yeah, the difference. I played Silent Hill 2 remake without headphones the first time. On my second playthrough, I'm using headphones because I'm doing a let's play or replay of it. The difference is night and day, quite frankly, especially with horror games.
Mhm.
You know, with a lot of games, headphones make a huge difference in the experience, but horror games especially. Um, So the next category is best score in music. Now this is where the music comes in, the soundtrack, the lyrical songs and the instrumental music that plays during it. And the nominees are Christopher Larkin for Hollow Knight Silksong, Darren Korb for Hades 2, also has done the soundtrack for every Supergiant game, by the way. Really good stuff. Lorien Testard for Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Toma Otawa for Ghost of Yote, and Woodkid and Ludwig Forsell for Death Stranding 2 on the
God,
beach.
this is a really tough year. This is such a tough year, man, for
Yes.
this for me.
Now, my prediction is that Expedition 33 is going to win this category because people have been glazing the shit out of this soundtrack. I hear so many people talk about how good it is. It's like
Dude,
the opera music and the final boss battle and all that.
I listened to it in
What's
my
weird to
car.
me
Like, I love it. It's so good.
what's weird to me is that like it is a great soundtrack, but it really didn't stick with me personally the way that soundtracks to like Final Fantasy games or Persona games or Metaphor
Mhm.
games do. or the
Really?
Metaphor soundtrack last year was an easy vote for me.
The
Really?
Or
soundtrack
Astro
for
That's
South
and
of
Astro.
surprising.
Midnight belongs on this list.
Yeah,
What
that's
belongs?
a snub. Yeah, South of Midnight soundtrack.
Yes, that is
Yeah,
that is my
that
that is
was.
my snub. I agree wholeheartedly with you. I haven't. Hades 2 music is good. It doesn't hold a light for me compared to doesn't hold a light to me compared to South of Midnight. I really think that should have been on here.
So, um,
My
yeah. So I think Expedition 33 is going to win this, but my vote is actually going to Death Stranding 2 in this category. I
That's
really
fair.
enjoyed that soundtrack. Just like the first game, it has that whole thing of like, during certain key story missions when you're like traveling to the next area, like the music kicks in at a certain point and it's like, "Oh yeah, this is beautiful," and then it adds it to your playlist, and then you can just listen to whatever song you want as you're traveling at any time, as long as there's
Mhm.
not like any enemies nearby, or as long as you're within the chiral network, you can play all
Yeah,
the songs on your little portable thing, and it just like it was, yeah, I would say it's not as good as the first game. I actually like the first game soundtrack way more, but this one
mhm.
definitely has some bangers in it that I really enjoyed. Um, they did a good job with it. So that one's getting my vote, but I am predicting Expedition 33 here.
That's fair. Nick, what say you?
voting for Yote, predicting Expedition 33.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm right
Did you
there
say
with
yours,
you.
Brooksy?
No, I hadn't, but I'm right there with Nick. I do think that Claire Obscure is going to win this category. That is my prediction. Like, Lorient to start, like they literally found this guy through Reddit, came across his SoundCloud profile, like was a literal like nobody, just like making music, and they thought he was incredible and wanted to bring him on to make this music, and like yeah, the music slaps. I disagree with you, Justin, in the sense of it being forgettable. I literally will hum it
Oh
still
no,
to this day, and I haven't played it. Like
it's not forgettable. It's just that none of it stuck with me
that's
personally. I
fair.
don't know
I guess
why.
I guess
Maybe it's
forgettable is
just
not the
just
right
because
word,
it's
but
maybe because it's just I don't know. It's not like a lot. I like a lot of the combat music,
mm,
but most of the soundtrack of that game to me just feels like choir hymns.
that's.
Honestly,
I mean, it's all banger choir hymns.
yeah, but that's not the stuff that gets stuck in my head.
Yeah, but
It doesn't.
I am personally going to vote for Ghost of Yote. That game's music is so amazing between like the different songs that you can play that Atsu learns across her journey, but not only just that, like the subtle notes that are playing throughout the game are incredible, and there is an option to play what is called like it's called Ottawa or Toa mode, and it's essentially like when there's nothing that's really like directly going on, it'll start playing a like feudal Japan inspired lo-fi music that you can turn this setting on. I played the entire game with that on, and I loved it. Oh, dude,
Yeah,
I loved it. It was like there's straight bangers, and it was great. And like I love Woodkid. If Death Stranding 2, really everything except for Hades 2, like if any of them win, like I won't be surprised. Hollow Knight's got some phenomenal music as well in
wait,
it.
what do you mean anything
Um,
except Hades too? Have you heard Darren Korb's previous soundtracks like that? They fucking slap.
yeah,
Like
yes, but I
is
played
like
I played the open
I
beta
I
for
have
Hades 2.
songs. I have songs from Bastion and Transistor in my
Mhm.
playlist.
Well, no,
Like,
that's the thing. No, I'm not saying he's not an incredible composer himself. What I'm saying is like I've played the beta, and
mm,
I can't remember. I can't remember a single song. I probably put 12 hours into the beta. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't hum a single thing, but I could for Silk Song.
yeah,
I could for Death
fair
Stranding.
enough.
I could for Claire Obscure. I most certainly can for Ghost and I'm not trying to boo on Darren Corby. He is incredible, but in comparison to everything else, it feels like for me personally not the strongest showing out of everything.
Fair enough. Also, if we were judging it just on the lo-fi soundtrack you can turn on, then my vote probably would be Ghost of Yote, if I'm
That's
being
fair.
honest on that
Have you done
front. But
any of the lo-fi on it?
I exclusively keep that mode on. I never turn it off.
Yeah,
Like,
thank you. Oh god, it's so good. It's such a vibe.
yes.
It is such a vibe.
The next category is best art direction. This isn't like graphics so much as it is visual style and aesthetic choices. Nick, would you like to read this one?
Best art direction. We have nominees for Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, and Silk Song, Hollow Knight Silk Song. I am going to vote and predict. I'm probably going to kick myself come December 11th. But I'm going to vote and predict Ghost of Yote.
So Ghost of
Okay.
Yote is actually my vote as well. Just like I love the visual style of that. I love how pretty it is. Like it is. I think it deserves that for its art style. I mean, yeah, yeah. That's probably the one I'm leaning. I usually try to give my vote to the game with the most unique art style that really stands out. Like Hi-Fi Rush one year is probably what I think I chose for that one,
Yeah.
for example. But Ghost of Yote, I think, is getting my vote here. Prediction, though, I think Hades 2 might win this one.
I disagree
Okay.
with both. I disagree with both of y'all. Both my vote and my prediction are going to go to Claire Obscure Expedition 33 for this. I think their art direction they went with this, it's so unique and it's so different from just about everything else I've played. I can't think of an art style that's like really similar or anything like that. I'm voting for it, and I do really think that Expedition 33 is going to win this one.
Really?
I
I mean, its
do.
art style just it felt like they look like real people, and the environments are very like gothic looking. I guess some of the stuff, yeah, I can see what you're saying for some of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It leans very standard to me in a lot of areas, though.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest. Next category though, best narrative, one of my favorite categories: Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Silent Hill F. This is actually I think this might be my first vote for Expedition 33 tonight, because I'm going to give it to that for this category, and I'm also predicting that it wins this category. This is
Same.
where I think
Fair.
these top areas is where I think the Expedition sweep is going to be.
Yeah.
These top categories.
Yeah. I'm voting and predicting Expedition 33 as well.
That's fair.
What do you think, Brooksy?
Here comes the glazing. I am going to vote for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on this, because it's not only just an incredible story, but the volume of this story. There is more spoken words in this game than there are in Baldur's Gate 3 that used to hold the record. It is now KCD 2, and the story and the depth and everything is incredibly rich. That being said, God, this was for me personally. This was the hardest vote out of everything, out of all categories, including Game of the Year. Um, but I really do think that Expedition 33 is going to win this, and if it does, I'm going to be so happy on that.
So is that your vote and prediction, or?
So my vote
No.
is for KCD 2. My prediction is
Oh, right,
for
right.
Expedition 33.
Fair enough. Yeah, yeah. I can see why Silent Hill F is in best narrative too. And that's like I don't disagree with any of those nominees.
That's fair.
All right, best game direction. This is the second to last category. This is the one for outstanding like this is the one for basically for the director of the game. This is the one where it's like they, the way that they handled directing it was very, stands out. So actually, my vote and prediction are going to be the same here. It's the Game Awards. Jeff Keighley loves Kojima. They're gonna give him flowers somewhere. I think it's gonna be this category. Kojima
Yeah.
is a mad genius in terms of being a director, and as someone who has finished this game, I can tell you the last 2 hours alone are worth the award in this category. I'm telling you, like in my opinion, it
So,
is
We're gonna read the
some of the
nominees?
wildest. I didn't I? Did I?
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, and Split Fiction. Sorry, I
Okay,
thought I
yeah.
read them. I thought I read them, and obviously I can see an argument for each of these, but it's if it wasn't like top three choices, Death Stranding 2, Split Fiction, Expedition 33 in terms of direction at least. But I think I have to give it to Death Stranding 2. I'm a little bit biased here, but I also think it's gonna win it. Like quite frankly, I think this is the category out of all of them that this game is most destined to win.
I'm voting and predicting Split Fiction.
Okay. Heck yeah. I'm gonna have a split one. I am personally gonna vote for Claire Obscure Expedition 33 because, as you love to remind me, Justin, I have not finished Death Stranding 2 on the beach. However, I agree with you, Justin. There is a very special place in my heart for Kojima, and so for Jeff Keighley as well. And he, listen, Kojima's a mastermind. He really truly is. And I think this is where Death Stranding 2 is going to get their flowers. It's going to be here. But for me, Expedition 33.
And now, the moment we've been building up to, Game of the Year, 6 nominees. Brooksy, you want to read this one?
Absolutely, because I had chills when I got to watch this live. We have Claire Obscure, Expedition 33 from Sandfall Interactive, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach from Kojima Productions, Donkey Kong Bonanza from Nintendo, Hades 2 from Supergiant Games, Hollow Knight Silk Song from Team Cherry, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 from Warhorse Studios. Listen,
So
y'all knew this was coming.
I know who you're voting for, but I think we can all pretty unanimously agree, maybe, that Expedition 33 is definitely winning this category. I see no reality where it doesn't, quite frankly.
There's a very small part of me. There's I would say 10% of me does really think that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has a shot. There is a part of me. I'm the only person in this podcast that has played it and played it through its entirety, and replaying it for the third time. When I say this game is that good, it really this is. The more I think about it, the more I really do think this is my favorite game of all time. Not just of 2025, but since I started playing video games. Period. My vote is going to be for KCD2. There's no question on that. Do I think Expedition 33 is going to win? Yes, it is a generational game. But there is a small part of me that does think that KCD2 still has a shot.
Absolutely.
I am going to predict Expedition 33, but putting my vote in for Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think my vote and prediction are both going to Expedition 33. You would think I would vote for Death Stranding 2 here, but no. I definitely think this one's going to Expedition 33 for me.
Yeah.
As well.
Well, we all three of us voted for something different. It's going to be a fun conversation in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Yes. It'll be fun to see how the actual Game Awards pans out. So, keep in mind what your votes and predictions were when the show comes, because we'll revisit that in the post show discussion.
Perfect.
But for now, that'll be it for this whole thing.